Good morning, good morning. Today we are getting into triangles and trapezoids. Triangles and trapezoids. Sorry, I started recording when the bells are going. It's all right. All right, so triangles and trapezoids are going to be today because their formulas are a little bit different than the parallelograms we did yesterday. So go ahead and press pause, copy down the formulas here, okay, and press play when you're ready. The examples, just do one, press pause, we'll work it out and stuff like that, okay? So these examples, just wait till we work it out to see how much space you take. All right, so I should have copied down this part only. And here are the two formulas you're gonna have on your star chart. One is for the triangle, and I gave you a picture in case you forgot what a triangle looks like. And on the formula chart, it is 1/2 base times height, okay? So we're gonna take half of base times height. Now, why are we doing that? I know base times height is the formula for squares, rectangles, and parallelograms, okay? So we're taking half of that because if you take a look here, there's actually two triangles in there. So that's why we're taking half of away, because a triangle is really half of a parallelogram. So you're still doing base times height, but now you have to cut it in half because a triangle is half the size of a parallelogram, okay? Now, another way you can think about this is just multiplying base times height and then divide by 2. So you can do it either way, okay? But this is how you're gonna see it on the star chart. So just know 1/2 means divide by 2, okay? The trapezoid, a little bit different, okay? You're going to have this parenthesis now. So if you remember order of operations, we had to do parentheses first. So the formula given to you is 1/2. So again, it's half of something, okay? Base 1 plus base 2. Now, what is base 1 and base 2? It is your top and bottom. It's the parallel sides, okay? To be more specific, it is the parallel side. So I could put it on my side here, but it's the parallel, okay? So I'm going to put here, must be parallel, okay? And that's how you know the two bases, all right? So we're going to do this first. We're going to add the top and bottom, or the pair of parallel sides, okay? Then we're going to multiply that times the height. So we're looking for that perpendicular line, and then cut it in half, because again, a trapezoid is actually half of a parallelogram, okay? And the reason they do that is if I were to take this and turn it around, so if I flip this to where base 1 is on top, so I'm just going to go like this with a dotted line so you can see. So base 1 I put on top and base 2 is on the bottom. Take a look. Base 2 plus base 1 times the height is going to make a parallelogram. That's why that formula works, okay? So this is how you're going to see it on the star chart. Another way of thinking about it is to do base 1 plus base 2 times the height, divide the whole thing by 2. Cut it in half because it is half of a larger parallelogram, okay? Then over here, it's just to remind you, how do I find the base and height? Look for the right angle. Look for the perpendicular line, okay? Wherever you see that right angle, you will find the base at the bottom and the height connected to it, okay? That's where you'll find it. No slanted lines here, okay? So let's go ahead and get into some examples. So go ahead and draw example 1, press pause, and then press play when you're ready to do the work, okay? Don't draw these yet, just do one, okay? Then come back when you're ready. All right, now to find the perimeter of all these shapes, it's the same thing as yesterday. You're adding the sides, okay? You're going around the triangle or around a trapezoid and adding them. So if I want to find the perimeter of this triangle, I have 1, 2, 3 sides. So you're going to add 3 sides, okay? And so take your pencil and let's go around. There's a 7, there's a 20, and there's a 12. It's a triangle, it has 3 sides. I should have 3 numbers only, okay? Now let's add. 7 plus 20 is 27. And then 27 plus 12 is 39 meters. Remember, perimeter is going to have single units, so it's just going to be 39 meters. Okay, just 39 meters. Okay, just add. Now, here's where we get messed up. Always write your formula. A equals half of the base times the height. Okay, always write down your formula because that's going to show you exactly how many lines you're going to use. So the first line is for the formula. The second line is for the numbers we're going to plug in. I do not know the area. 1/2 is an actual number, so I need to put it there. And now I got to find the base and height. Now, if you remember, base and height is located at the right angle. That's not a right angle. That's not a right angle. Here is my right angle. So there's Harry sitting there waiting for you. He shows you that the base is a 7 and the height is a 12. So the base is a 7, the height is a 12. And that's from your right angle. That's where you'll find the base and height. Okay, it will not be slanted. Okay, now we can do the math. Now you can divide a number by 2 if you want to. I can divide 12 by 2 if I wanted to do that. Or I can do 7 times 12. It's up to you what you want to do. I always like to divide my numbers if it's a huge number to get out of the way. Okay, but if you want to multiply first, and most students do like to multiply first, that's fine. So I'm going to do 7 times 12. That gives me 84. And then remember, half of 84 means to divide by 2. So I'm going to show you over here what to do. 84 divided by 2, that's 4, and that is 2. So the area is 42 meters squared. And if this was a multiple choice question on a test, I guarantee you that 84 is going to be there waiting for you to bubble it in. Don't do it. Okay. Now to show you that you could have divided the 12. If I divided 12 by 2, 12 divided by 2 is 6. And then I would have done 6 times 7. I still get 42. So you can divide by 2 whenever you want. Okay. If I see an even number over here and it's a big one, might as well divide it by 2. And then I just multiply the smaller numbers. But it's up to you. You'll get the same answer. Okay. So perimeter of this triangle was 39 and the area is 42. Okay. Let's go on to the next one. So go ahead and press pause and you can draw question 2. Okay. And we'll do the same thing. All right. So you should have drawn it by now. So I'm going to find the perimeter. Remember, it is a triangle. So I should have 1, 2, 3 sides right here. And we're going to add. So, only have one number. But I have these marks here. Remember what those marks mean? Means they're all the same. So that means this one's 7. This one's 7. And this one's 7. That 8, I don't need it. Okay, it's not on the outside. Remember, you're going around the figure, And plus the triangle only has 3 sides. If I put that 8 there, it gives me 4. Don't make no sense. So let's go ahead and add. That's 14. And then 14 plus 7 is 21 centimeters. 21 centimeters. Okay. So don't be tempted to put that 8. It's not going around. It's inside. I don't want that. Okay. Now for area. The first thing we always write down, the formula. So A equals 1/2 base times height. Second line is for the plug-in. So I got to find the base and height. Remember how I showed you to find it? Find the right angle. Find Harry's chair. There he is. Okay. His feet touch this. That's the base. His height of the chair is that one. So that's all he touches. That's what I'm using. So the base is a 7, because remember, all around is a 7. and the height is an 8. Okay? Now you can go ahead and either divide or multiply. So 7 times 8 is 56. And then we're going to do half of 56, so that is 56 divided by 2. That's 8. This will be 28 centimeters squared. Okay, now had I divided the 8 by 2, 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 times 7 is 28. So like I said before, it's up to you when you want to do that. Okay, I just do it this way because that's what the majority of students like to do. All right, good on triangles? Don't forget to divide by 2. That's what students forget. They forget to divide by 2. That's why I make you write the formula to remind you, oh, I haven't done this yet. I need to do the dividing by 2. All right, go ahead and press pause and copy question example 3 and press play when you're ready to do it with me, okay? All right, trapezoid. If you remember, a trapezoid is part of the quadrilateral family, which means it has 4 sides. So I have side 1, side 2, 3, 4. Let's add them. So here's 2. Remember, I'm going around the trapezoid. So here's a 2. Here's a 10. Here's a 20. And I'm coming up here and I see a dash. Let me look for the other dash over here. So it has to be a 10. Okay. So again, I just went around 2, 10, 20, and this one's a 10 also because they're congruent. Okay. And now let's add 10 and 2 is 12. 20 and 10 is 30. And that is 42 inches. Okay, 42 inches. So again, with perimeter, you're just adding everything around. Now for the area. Here's where we have some difficulty. It looks hard, but write the formula down first. So it's 1/2 base 1, sub 1, so it's a little 1, base sub 2, little 2, close your parenthesis, times the height. Now, if you remember from before, I told you base 1 and 2 is the top and bottom. They have to be parallel. So that's going to help you find it here. Okay, and so is Harry. Harry's going to help you out here. So the second line of your paper is going to be for the plugins. So let's find those bases. Let me get my highlighter. I see Harry. Here he is. Okay, so here's base 1. Now, parallel to that 20 is going to be, here's the bottom, is the top. Those are your bases. There's base 1, there's base 2. So that's going to be 20 and 2. And it doesn't matter if you put 20 plus 2 or 2 plus 20. As long as you know that those 2 are your bases, you're good. Okay? And then the height, remember, it's at that 90 degrees. So if this is Harry's base, this is Harry's height, which is an 8. Okay? So height, I'm going to highlight this in blue. And then your bases, I'll put them in yellow so we know where are the numbers coming from. Okay? Now you have to follow order of operations. And order of operations says to do parentheses first. So parentheses says 20 plus 2, that's 22. When you have a number right next to a parenthesis, that means to multiply. So times 8, that means to multiply, okay? Now, just like before, now it kind of looks like a triangle problem. So you can divide by 2 first or multiply and then divide. It's up to you, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and divide this by 2. So if I do 22 by 2, that's going to get me 11 times 8. And 11 times 8 is 88 inches squared. Okay? And the only reason I divided by 2 is because 22 is a big number, and I know that if I multiply that times 8, it's going to be a huge number. So if I do 22 times 8, I'll show you here. There we go. If I do 22 times 8, gives me 176, and then divide 176 divided by 2, it still gives me 88. See? Still gives me the same answer. So it's up to you when you want to divide. Okay? It's up to you. Right? Okay. Go ahead and draw the last one. The last one, I made it tricky. Okay? Go ahead and draw it, and then I'll show you what's going on. All right. First of all, let's do the perimeter. It has 4 sides, so I should be going around this 4. Okay? Just go around. I have a 12 and a 6 and a 24 and a 3. Now we have to add. These 2 is 18. These 2 is 27. And then 18 and 27. I'll use my calculator because I usually make mistakes. We all make mistakes, right? Now here I don't have any units. So if you don't have inches, feet, anything like that, you will see them use the letter U. That just stands for units. So I got 45 units here. 45 units. Okay. Perimeter, you should have no problem with. You're just adding around. Let's talk about the area. Okay. So write the formula down. Area equals 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. Okay. Now to plug them in. Okay. So I'm going to plug this in. Let me go find the base. Where's Harry? He can't sit there. You know why? I need to put it to where he can sit down and not fall off. So if I go this way, there's Harry. Okay. Now, if I want the height, look at the bottom of his feet. There's his feet there. And opposite of that is 3. Because if you take a look at the 12 and 24, those are not parallel. That's not the top and bottom. They flipped it on you. Okay. So the bottom of his feet is base 1. And then you go opposite that, there's base 2. Okay. And then the height of his chair is the 12. Okay, so they flipped it on you. And don't ever be afraid to flip around your paper or your worksheets and stuff like that, okay? Go ahead and do that. So here's my height is in blue. My bases are in yellow. So I'm going to put them in here. Okay, we decided that these two are the bases, so 6 and 3, or 3 and 6, however you want to put it. So we have to add those first. And then the height came out to be the 12. Okay, that's how Harry really helps you out, guys, okay? Because some students are tempted to do 24 and 12, but if you remember what I told you, top and bottom are parallel, and these two are not parallel. They flipped it on you, okay? So now we're going to go ahead and do the parentheses first. So 6 plus 3 is 9 times, that is times 12, okay? And then 9 times 12 is 108, 108. And then half of 108, so it's 5, 4, is 54 units squared. And I put a U squared there because I don't have any feet inches, so I just put a U. Okay, 54 square units. All right, so hopefully you don't get tripped up by that. That's why I like to put my little Harry in there, and he shows me exactly how he sits, because if I put him here, he's going to fall. Okay, and that's how it shows me. Oh, they flipped it. Now Harry is correct. There's the bottom, there's the top, there's the height. Okay, good. All right, you're going to go ahead and try some out on your own. Okay, So make sure you do press pause and then press play. Okay, so let me put this here. All right, guys, go ahead and press pause. Go ahead and find the perimeter and the area of both figures and then come back. Oh, I forgot one thing, sorry. I just saw that. Those three sides are equal. Okay, go ahead and start. All right, let's see how you do on the perimeter. Perimeter of here, all of these three sides are equal, and we're just going to round it. So you should have done 6 plus 6 plus 6. Oh, I know, bad numbers. I don't believe that. Yes, numbers. So 18 centimeters. You should have got 18 centimeters for your perimeter there. 18 centimeters, okay? And then for your area, let's see how you do in the area, because a lot of students forget that last step. So let's see how y'all did. So 1/2 base times height. Second line is going to be for the plug-in. So here's Harry, and I see his base is a 6, and his height is a 7. And I'm going to go ahead and do 6 times 7 is 42. And 42 divided by 2 is 21 centimeters squared. Y'all get 21, y'all get 42. So don't forget, you have to divide by 2 because it is half of a parallelogram. Okay, it's half. All right, let's try the trapezoid now. Okay, so on the trapezoid, I'm going to put it down here. We have 11, 12, 18, and 10. All right, let's add those 4 sides. That's 23, 28, 51. Did y'all get 51? 51 feet? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 51. Now let's talk about the formula. A equals 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. All right, let me go searching for my Harry, and I see him here. And he shows me the base is 18 and the height is 10. That's what I see. Now don't forget, I do need 2 of them. So there's the bottom, and right above that one, there's the top. Okay, so let's plug them in. So I have an 18 and an 11, and the height is 10. All right, so let's see what you got. Did you do parentheses first? Should have got 29 times 10. Okay, so I'm going to do 29 times 10. That's easy, 290. And then half of 290. Let's do the math here. Divided by 2, that's 1. That's 4. And that is 5. So 145 feet squared. Did y'all get 145 feet squared or 290? Be careful, okay? Be very careful. All right. That's all I have for triangles and trapezoids. If you have any questions, come to the meets. I'll be glad to help you out with anything you need. Okay? I'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a great day.